was our first episode of our podcast. We were hoping to do it each week. I'm so excited because it just means I can do something that I'm good at. Never shutting up.
And I can do something that I'm not good at. Shutting up. It's fine. We're both not great at this, but we're gonna try.
So, let's just start with what we've been up to this week. Have you been watching anything new, playing any new games, reading anything, Mahmud?
I don't want to say new. I've been watching something that just ended. Food Wars, the final season 5, and it ended beginning of this week. And I cannot tell you how sad I am that I'm never going to be able to open up Crunchyroll, see some food, and almost naked people. But hey, I digress.
You got man tears of it being over.
Oh, you don't even know. Like it's just I don't want to spoil people, but it's so emotional. Cause man, when did I start watching food? On holiday, and in a place where I had no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And so the little data I had, I was going through Manga Rock. Rest in peace. That baby's gone.
Yeah, it
I was
has.
going through Manga Rock, and I was Food Wars. What is this? I like cooking. So I started reading, and I'm like, there must be an anime, and here we are. It's absolutely in my top 10. Love that stuff.
I've watched, I think, all the first season. I heard that the second season is going on Netflix, so when that comes to Netflix, I'm definitely.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, now's the perfect time to rewatch. It's gone.
Because I remember my favorite being the one that was in, I think it was like the 7th of that like big what they called, they're like
The Elite 10?
The kind of, yes, that's it.
Yes.
I remember he was just like, it would be naked and I'm just in this apron. So
Ishiki senpai.
Best
The
boy
naked
right
chest. No, Ishiki is best boy next to Soma.
Definitely.
Like I've never seen someone so free with themselves, where all they can do. Who cooks in just an apron? Answer me that. Who cooks in just an apron? Gordon Ramsay? No.
Hopefully, John.
Someone's doing something wrong.
I would love
that. Calm down, Britt.
Have you been watching anything else, or is it just Food Wars?
Well, that's the thing. Because of the time period we're in now, I'm just about to start new things. Like, I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, I want to watch that too.
And then Burn the Witch. Even though I've never seen Bleach, so I don't know any of Kubo's writing, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, might be good.
But you know what happens next week.
For me, I know during the holidays I had watched all of JoJo.
Yeah.
Recommended it to me, and now I'm in this fandom and I don't want out.
Well, the thing about JoJo, once you're in, you don't leave. Like, it's a one-way system. You cannot just simply watch one part of JoJo and be like, it's either it was okay and you don't like it, or you're obsessed. There's no in between.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And I technically watched all of Black Clover, like up to when they just started streaming the new episodes.
Another recommendation by yours truly.
Yes, I had watched that twice technically, because I watched it once by myself and I wanted John to watch it, but he kept saying that Nero was like best bird, and I just kept wanting to say that she was best girl. I was there like, Brit, don't spoil it, he's gonna kill you. And
don't tell the people.
Like, so basically,
don't tell the people about the bird.
So basically, I made him binge watch that just so I didn't have to keep it a secret. With wine watching.
Well, that's the worst when you're talking with other people about something you love, and it's like you don't want to spoil them.
Yeah.
But then there are moments of they don't understand like about X character. It's like, oh, this character's not great, and you're just gritting your teeth like it gets better. I promise.
um,
You can.
but Black Clover has become one of my favorites. They're both in my top. They're both in my top 10. I love them
Hey.
both. I even brought the season one of the 50 episodes or 50 something episodes on
Oh
DVD
wow.
just because I loved it that much. I did.
Black Clover, the hate it gets is so undeserved.
It is
Like I'm sure
really.
I've spoken to you about because it came out at just the wrong time, in my opinion. The anime specifically, because this is what My Hero Academia Sports Festival, where everyone was losing their mind. So it got no attention from that. He had Asta's bad voice direction, not actor, voice direction, because his voice actor is pretty good. But it's 7 episodes of screaming.
I
So
was.
it's a high barrier to entry.
I watched the dub, so the screaming wasn't as bad.
Ah, still not watched the dub.
I actually
Still
really like the
haven't.
dub. I actually prefer the dub over the sub. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you prefer a lot of anime dubbed. Why is that? I've never asked.
Oh, why it is a lot of the time I watch anime while I'm working because I find sometimes hard for me just to with anything. I find it hard for me just to sit down and watch something because I'm always doing something else. So a lot of the
Right.
time I don't want to miss out on episodes or new anime, so I often watch it dubbed so I can still do like uni work and whatever work I need to do at the
Oh.
time. So a lot of the time I watch it dubbed, and if the dub's good, okay, I will watch it dubbed. If it's like that annoying, I will just be there like, oh, I'll watch it subbed. And there's good subs. So
What's the most What's the most annoying dub you've seen?
oh god.
'Cause
Um,
I can't think of one.
I think I have. I know I didn't like the gravitation dub, but that's like an old dub. So
Right.
because sometimes I can watch terrible dubs and just laugh at it. So like the Sailor Moon dub that everyone hates on.
Well,
I
I feel like that's okay because that's something people usually grew up with.
like
Like it's in between the Four Kids One Piece of dubs and like the just okay of like the My Hero Academia. It's like somewhere in between.
because I just like that scene where like Sailor Moon is just deadpan. I just laugh at that bit. I don't. It doesn't annoy me.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen that.
Oh. Oh, I can't say the. I never can say this name right of this anime. I think it's Hakuki. And I know it's a.
I cannot confirm or deny.
I know it's an Atomi game, and
All right, down your
and
alley.
anime. But the reason I can't watch the dub is because I watch Fairy Tail dub. Because in the sub, I hate Lucy's voice, so I watch it dubbed. And
Right.
the main girl is the same voice actor as Wendy. And in Fairy Tale, Wendy is like a small girl. So when you hear like this voice that you've known for how many episodes
You
of
can't
this
disassociate it.
like small girl, I was there like when like the guys would try to like hit on her. I'm there like I can't do this. I need to back away.
It's like hearing Dio's voice actor in other anime. Because
Oh,
like going back to Food Wars, one of like the top guys like Dojima Seppa, he's voiced by Dio, and he's like the most like serious but not serious guy. Like there are scenes where you just walk into him in a hot spring, and he's like, "Oh, so you've come," and it's Dio's voice, and you just can't get rid of that image.
I
Or just Dio orgasming over food. Like, oh, this is perfect.
it's the same. I had that with because I watched I've watched parts of Part Four subs and dubs, and the dub voice actor of Josuke is the white blood cell in Cells at Work, and I watched that
Ooh.
subbed, but I've seen like scenes of it dubbed. And when I watched it dubbed, I'm just there like I'm just there like I can't take it seriously because all I hear is just
That's how I feel about Joseph. Like specifically part 2 Joseph. His like heavy British accent. I think I tried getting through the entire dub. I stopped like 3 episodes in, laughing too hard. I can't continue.
But yeah, on the subject of Atome games, I
Oh
have
god.
recently
Here we go.
yeah, they're like quick run. I have recently finished. I think it's finishing because like the ending kind of suggests it's finishing. I finished the anime of Evolver X Love, which is the only kind of thing I've been following, and I have mentioned it to a few people because I just find it ridiculous how one of the guys is just called Gavin Senpai. Out of all the names you can choose, you choose Gavin. And the story was actually
Oh,
quite good. I know there's an app that you can download of the game, and
this isn't an advertisement. Please stop.
oh no, I just want to talk a little bit about it because like it's so
No. You want to talk about Gavin, not about everything else.
no. The reason why I want to talk about it is like all these guys except Gavin have like a double life. So like the CEO is
Oh
also
my
like
god.
this famous chef, and like this celebrity
Oh,
singer is like also this hacker, and I'm there like how? I'm lucky if I can be good at one thing, let alone.
you keep recommending that to me. I don't think I could ever take it seriously though.
The thing is, it got actually quite dark because the main girl is obviously she she is this TV show daytime producer and she's just trying to keep her show alive. And then
Right.
she then thinks for the show she has this idea that she wants to investigate evolvers, which are like humans with like powers, and she gets herself in trouble with this organization. And I actually thought it was probably one of the best adaptations of a rehearse harem game because
Oh wow.
to
That's
be
high
honest,
praise coming from you.
yes, but to be honest, quite a lot of them are just like the boys just trying to hit on her for like 12 episodes. At least
The
there's kind of had a
boys.
plot. Um,
Ugh.
And then yesterday, no, yeah, yesterday I streamed a game which I got on Friday.
Illegally.
I streamed it from my Switch. I had paid for it. I've got a receipt on my email.
But
Um, but yeah, I had ordered this new game and I got it on Friday and it's not coming out till Thursday the 8th. So I was like, I felt like a
oh, how
celebrity being
dare you?
able to play it like before everyone else.
Like they're handing out review copies and by accident one ends up at your house. Like
Well,
they're back at like headquarters freaking out like, oh no, we've given a fan. This cannot end well.
I did like in my stream yesterday. I did say how much loved I love the company because
By
they are the
anything,
ones that bring all these games that are only in Japan to here. And I really want them to bring Diabolic Lovers and Brothers Conflict because they're two of the games that I most want to play, and I'm hoping that if I keep supporting them, that might happen. But the ones they're bringing over are great. Color X Malice, which I played in the summer.
yeah, you've talked about that one a lot.
Favorite Atome game, downright the best for me. That one, the girl you play as like this girl who's a police officer, and you get a collar put on you because how nice. And
What?
yeah, and it has some like poison. There's
Oh,
poison in it,
okay.
and basically this terrorist organization are going around committing crimes, and you have to try and stop them, and also hope that this to get this collar off. and it's just really
I
interesting.
thought this was a dating. What?
It is. You date the detectives that are helping you out, and like it's good because you're also like I I ended up really being invested in like the terrorist organization because in the second game you actually get to
Goodness.
you actually get to be in the terrorist organization and get to know the characters that were committing these crimes in the first game, and I just found it so fascinating. See,
How many games do they have like in Japan like left that you want them to bring over? Or is it just gonna come to the point where you have to learn Japanese?
well, I'm trying to learn Japanese so I can play Diabolic Lovers, but like in the first year I did Japanese and I had the test and I was just breaking down crying
Oh
and
no.
my mate on the courses just would look at me and be there like, it's okay.
It's just Japanese.
Because like I started overthinking everything because like with Mina-san, I was there like, wait, who's Mina-san? Are they Mina-san? Am I Mina-san? Are we just all Mina-san?
Who is Mina?
I just started over analyzing everything.
Nah, you've watched enough anime to know what that is.
I was overthinking anything, and I remember like I was just panicking because I needed to like get 10 sentences down, and most of the sentences was there like, oh, we'll go to London Zoo because like apparently my friend pen pal wanted to come to London and do some stuff, so I just went, we'll go to London Zoo. We'll go to the big eye, the London Eye, and I just kept writing sentences.
Every sentence has the same format.
I did pass in the end. I did pass.
Hey, there you go.
Didn't pass the test
I mean,
though. Luckily, my listening
uh,
saved me. Cause
I don't think I could write Japanese. Like I could, like maybe read and understand people talking, but writing it, that's like you need. That's like being an artist.
well, I have memorized hiragana.
Also, this is me speaking as someone who doesn't know anything about Japanese.
I can kind of understand what letter matches like the characters. So but I would have at this point I would probably have to look up each word and actually learn it from that. I
All
I usually
right.
I try and buy books and be there like I'm gonna learn Japanese and then I'm just too busy.
Then you end up watching Japanese.
Ye-
This is way easier.
like at the moment I just cut it's just normal words that like little words that I can pick out from anime that I understand.
I mean, yeah, it's just very basic. I know what they're saying, kind of. I think the biggest, like, the best feeling is like when you look away from the screen and you hear something, you're like, oh my god, I understand what they're saying.
Yes,
I'm learning.
and also the anime I'm watching at the moment, and I have told you about this, is
Oh,
Cute High Earth Defense Club. I wanna show it.
yeah.
I wanna show it at Anime Talk. Because I basically was scrolling through Funimation and I saw like Pretty Boys. I was like, okay, I'll watch this. And it's basically imagine a
You
magical girl
didn't know they were
anime,
gonna be the prettiest of
but it's just guys. And imagine if guys were like forced to be magical girls. That's basically what you got. And there's like the one guy that's like
boys.
really
Interesting
into it,
premise.
and then the others are just there. They're just
Like,
there, and they just help because they have
just a
to.
reality check at the end of it. Like, why are we here?
Oh, and it's actually like getting quite good.
Oh, it's getting deep. You're fully invested in this plot.
We got some backstory on the antagonists of season 2, and I'm there like, wow.
Like no overreaction, just interesting.
But
That's a thing that's happening.
that's a good anime to just turn off my brain and just eat and enjoy a cup of tea too. Anyway, talking about like me wanting to show stuff at Anime Society, shall we kind of just go in a little bit more detail what we have planned for this month for the society?
Go for it. Yeah.
Do you want to start so I can have a sip of Coke?
What if I said no?
How dare you?
This week we doing introduction sessions, so I mean everyone knows what's going on in the world right now. So societies have been moved online. So we're just trying to get more engagement on mainly Discord, but we're gonna start off as like a Zoom call just to get to know everyone's faces.
Yeah.
We made a lot of quizzes. Spent a lot of hours just thinking of ways to frighten new members.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made pretty hard quiz because we've done this in the past, just making different quizzes for society. And this time it was just the two of us bouncing off ideas, and so it got pretty intense. I'd say about 50% of this quiz is just hard questions. Threw in a couple about Nen, which, I mean, if people know what Nen is, they know I've made a mistake.
That's you that wrote that question. I didn't write it.
Oh no, you made other ones.
Yeah,
We're both responsible for it.
you didn't like my question, my Black Clover question, because it was too hard.
I mean, let's not spoil that, but we have that going on.
Oh no, because
And
we
then
used that question, did we? The one that I originally put and that you refused.
oh, what does the third
Yeah,
relief represent? It's like, who remembers that's mentioned maybe once in like episode 1? Who's gonna remember the order? Oh, congratulations. You're above everyone else.
But yeah,
That's happening.
that Kahoot quiz is going to be a bit hard, and then we've also done who's that anime character? Because I was just sitting on call with Mahmud trying to think of ideas, and then I just went, guess who? But it's anime. And then it just turned into
Let's rip off Pokemon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds about right.
That's
what Digimon did.
I'm like excited and scared because usually we see people in person, and with freshers usually we can like actually get to talk to people that are actually interested in the society, and like actually get to see some faces. And then when they turn up for the first session, we'll be there like, oh hey, I spoke to you at freshers, and we don't really have that. So
no, we're like when January comes around, and hopefully we're back in uni. We won't know anyone. It's just gonna have to be like with our little name tags, like my name is.
Well, I don't think we will be doing society in person
No.
Until like
Sadly.
March at the earliest, because
It's such a shame.
Because for the 6-person rule.
Ugh. We can rotate people in and out every like 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes, we'll show you like half of an episode, and then you go up
and then rewind. The most like unproductive society ever.
I feel like when we do this Zoom call on Thursday, everyone's like not gonna want to use their cameras, so we'll just be like in normal lectures where it's just like an icon or a name.
Oh, I can't wait to see what happens. But no, hopefully it goes well, and then we have a few other events just to help people get accustomed to everything, Discord and whatever. And then more so towards the end of the month, we have a hot debate coming, which we may or may not stream. We'll see.
I'm excited for that because when we first done it, because we did it last year for the first session, and I think it was it Zaki's idea?
Yes.
Zaki was on the committee last year, and he's
Love you, Zaki.
one of our admins in the Discord, so he's kind of helping me understand what Discord's all about. And he came up with the idea, and like we split everyone into groups, and we thought it was going badly. We thought people didn't
But
like it.
according to everyone else, it was like, yeah, we love this. So, oh, you like chaos? Because it's just people screaming over each other on what was the big upset?
I
It
just
was like people putting My Hero Academia above Hunter x Hunter. That was what it was. It was just screaming for the whole session.
I remember when people had to pick a shonen to fucking debate about, and everyone wanted to pick JoJo. And we had to like,
I mean, just qualify it.
well,
De
JoJo
facto number one.
is like,
It's up there.
yes.
We could have a whole thing about JoJo, and we will.
Once you're into JoJo, you're just in it for life.
I'm telling you, it's a cult. Kind of.
But yeah, I'm excited for that anime debate. I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, best shonen duo.
I'm going to leave you in charge of that one because
Oh.
you're there like, no, Brett.
No, don't leave
No.
me.
But
That's like throwing me into like a herd of lions.
don't mention lions because all I can think of is there's this YouTube series and it's called, I think it's JoJo Bizarre Animated Adventures. And then there's
What?
just this page with the lion.
You need to send me this.
I will, because like I feel bad, but like I think I can't remember his name because I know him as Cool Ice, but I think it's Vanilla
Cool
Ice.
Ice. Vanilla Ice, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool Ice, is that what they called him in the?
That's what is in the dub.
Oh my gosh, I think that's one of the best ones.
And he sneezes and then Abdul like comes back out and he's in the lion cage and he just looks. He's there like, oh no.
Oh. You need to send me this, bro. What
I
are you
will.
doing?
They did a new episode of it and I was like so happy.
Oh, got lots to catch up.
Because they did like a campsite episode and like Jolene opens the bag and there's Turtle Polar Ref.
Turtle Ref.
And she's there like, Polar Ref, what are you doing? Oh, it's such a funny series. Oh, I need more episodes of that in my life.
I need more JoJo. Waiting for part 6.
Yes.
April 4th, mark your calendars.
When they if JoJo Part 6 is coming out during this academic year, I want to stream that. I want to stream it episode by episode because Part 6 has become.
I mean, I doubt it will be, but
My
God.
But I can have dreams.
We can have dreams.
We
can be Juno.
I can't take Juno seriously either.
Juno's a lad. Leave him alone.
That's because in the thing I just mentioned, Juno is just like a little child and he's going around and he's just turning everything that belongs to Dio. He was always a little child. He's turning everything that belongs to Dio into Pokemon. And it just, like that. It just makes me laugh. And I like one episode, Dio just turns to Juno and goes, "What are you wearing?" And he's there like, "I'm in the mafia."
I'm telling you, nothing beats Giorno and Dio going to McDonald's. Nothing beats that.
That's true.
Oh.
We went slightly off topic.
Slightly.
That's an understatement.
JoJo does that.
So, shall we go into the meat of and potatoes of
I think that's copyrighted, but yeah, sure.
Nook's tacky.
I think that phrase is copyrighted. But yes, let's do it.
He's gonna bring the cult of Billies to raid. Hopefully, they raid this podcast. Get a small view.
You can't ask for a deity to just shine upon you. Are you kidding? That's natural.
But yeah, our topic we have decided upon is basically anime that's had an impact on us, which is the main topic. Do you want to start or do you want me to start? It's up to you.
I mean, because the way that question is, I would phrase it in a different way. Because I can school days, school days impacted me. I will say that 100% because I will be honest. That is the reason I can never get into slice of life shows anymore. I will be completely honest. After watching that, like it broke me because like I didn't know anime. This is ages ago. Like I didn't really watch like of course Pokemon. I discovered
Yeah.
Dragon Ball somehow. I don't
Somehow.
really remember. It was that long ago. I don't remember. So and then I was just sifting through other like slice of life anime like Chibi Vampire I think, and then I don't remember the name of it, but there was one about a girl who did high jump and like about a track team. I don't remember. It was some kind of slice of life show. I
I
will
don't
find the name of it.
I don't know what that show is, I'm sorry.
Someone knows what it's called, but that was just very wholesome. And then I got on to School Days, and like episode 1 to 11, it's fine. It's a great series. Well, not great. It's like very standard. And then you get to the last episode, and like, do I even need to say spoilers at this point?
No, because I already know what's happened and I haven't even watched it.
Like she just picks up the knife. It's like, is that how far Jesse goes? I just wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to see someone get like stabbed. What was it, like 28 times?
I
And
don't
then for her to be like on the boat at the end, like just holding his head. Like, and so I genuinely did not watch any anime for like another 2 months after that. Like that completely scarred me. I wouldn't be able to sleep sometimes. I was like 15, 14, 15. I
yeah.
couldn't sleep. Because I always thought anime was like very like, okay, this is just for kids, nothing else. I didn't know. So when that kind of stuff happens, it sticks with you. So to this day, yeah, sure, if something good comes up and everyone's saying, oh, you should watch this one, it's really great. And things like part four of JoJo, it's like I can't get into slice of life stuff anymore because I have this constant like, sure, maybe it's PTSD of like something's gonna happen, even though I know it's not. So that's just ruined my experience completely. Uh,
That's it.
I don't know. Like no slice of life anime does it for me anymore.
School days. It ruins your slice of life experience.
Yeah, just the tagline should be like, "It will fuck with you." It's like it's Doki Doki Literature Club before that happened.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I've
Do you want to talk about your life before I melt down?
before you melt down because of remembering school days.
Oh God.
I remember, but while you were mentioning that you couldn't sleep, it just reminds me of a game I have been playing during the summer, which was Death and Request 2. I loved the first game because it was a bit horror in the first game, but in the second, I couldn't
Ugh.
sleep because in the first game it was kind of adults that it was happening to, but this was like kids and like kids were dying
Oh, it's not okay.
and like there was Marbus, which was basically that game's version of Satan. And I remember there's these shadow matters that like chase you in the game. And I remember I couldn't go
Right.
down and make a tea because I thought the shadow matter was going to attack me that night. I remember after it, I was there like, I need a Nux Taku video in my life, and I can't sleep.
I mean, that cures everything.
Um, But the anime that probably impacted me the most was, I want to say it was Tokyo Mew Mew, but Fairy Tail is a close second, but I will get on to that in a sec. Um, The reason why I say Tokyo Mew Mew is a lot of people grew
I've
up with
never
like
watched this.
a lot of people grew up with like Pokemon and stuff like
Mm.
that. I didn't grow up with any of that. I grew up with kind of your Cartoon Network shows like Powerpuff Girls, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Foster's Home. Um, I also grew up kind of
Well,
watching.
that's why so many people grew up with Pokemon, because it was always slotted in between them.
Yeah, I
Like, I'm sure most kids who've seen Pokemon like don't know what anime is, me included.
I also more watched like more cartoon superheroes and stuff like that, and
Right.
probably SpongeBob. Have you seen the SpongeBob anime, by the way?
I'm gonna out myself. I've never seen anything SpongeBob.
Oh, it's just
Like,
it's
period. I haven't seen anything SpongeBob.
the thing is, I would more watch SpongeBob when I was around my younger cousins because she's about 2 years younger than me, and she would
Right.
always have like the SpongeBob DVDs. And when it was like when it used to be Halloween, we used to have to go around and around there, and we would have like all my cousins there, and we would just and I remember that would be when we would just watch SpongeBob.
Because the thing about SpongeBob, like, I feel like if you haven't grown up with SpongeBob, watching it as an adult, just it's annoying.
Oh, I
If you
can't
get me,
watch it
like
now.
the comedy is annoying if you haven't grown up with it. I don't know if that's just me, but I tried to. Someone recommended it. It was like, oh, you need to see this, and I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe that's how the early episodes were, but I don't know.
The SpongeBob anime is pretty good because it's just like imagine SpongeBob but like anime-fied, and like it's like
I
it
did see
takes
that floating
itself
around.
so seriously. I'll go back to Tokyo Mew Mew. Um,
And we're back.
and that was on Pop Girl, which was on
I
Sky, but
haven't heard Pop in so long.
I didn't see it on any other kind of box. And I remember we used to have Sky until I was like in year 6, and then we got Virgin. But my nan used to look after me quite a lot, and we gave the
Right.
old Sky box to her. But you could still get Pop Girl, and it would have a show called like Mew Mew Power. And I thought this was just a normal cartoon, so I kind of watched it now and again when I would be at my nan's.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was in like year 11, and I was talking to this girl who was at my school, and she was kind of in our friendship group, and she went, "Oh, that's anime," and I was just there like, "Oh,
That.
what is anime?" I just remember
Here we are years later.
she gave me this like huge list of shows
Man.
I needed to watch, and I lost the list, and I haven't even told her to this day. And I remembered I would go around and like be there like, oh, I discovered this anime. She was there like it was on the list, and I was there like, yeah, yeah, I know
Oops.
that. So on to Fairy
Uh,
Tale, which I mentioned was the second one. Now I originally watched Fairy Tale because of her. Because I remember she went,
I've still
oh,
never seen Fairy Tale.
she had
Oh god.
she had Fairy Tale like on DVD, and she was there like, oh, I want to show you Fairy Tale. I was there like, okay. So she shows me Fairy Tale, not telling me it was a long running series. And I was just watching Fairy Tale, and I was there like, yeah, this is alright, this is pretty
I can
good.
get down with this.
And then she was there like, oh yeah, there's like 200 episodes. So that was that. I looked at her, and I was just there like, really, like, really. I've got
Compared
like,
to what happened with me, that's not as bad, to be honest.
and
Jeez.
and
Like, I'll go into that in a minute.
yeah, and I got really into Fairy Tale during the time because I think I watched like 2 of the kind of box set DVDs that came out. So I think that was like, I'm trying to think what arc that would go up to. I think that went up to kind of just before. I can't remember. I've got like the DVDs over there, but I think that I know the first four goes up to Tenro, so I think it was uh
Jeez.
maybe Fight for Fairy Tale they went up to. I can't remember, and then I watched it by my, and then I just continued watching it by myself, and I just remembered I really got into it, and I think the first cosplay I bought that was from Fairy Tale was Lucy. And I cosplayed Lucy, and I
Yeah.
met a lot of friends. That's what kind of kept me watching Fairy Tale was
Yeah, a
actually,
lot of your friend group was from that fairy tale, isn't it?
and
Early friends.
yeah, and I done Fairy Tale, I done Lucy, I've done Natsu, because at the start I done Lucy, and then I went on to
The
Juvia.
most comfortable cosplay ever.
The the worst thing is, I remember this Lucy cosplay. When I first started cosplaying, it just about fit. And when I getting larger, it started not fitting. And what was the worst is the skirt would have these horrible uh Bridget Jones shorts that you had to put on the
Alright.
skirt. And I just remember the more I put it on, the more the stitching on where near the crotch was just breaking out. So I was
Oh
there
my
like
god.
I was there like no one look at my skirt. You'll just see these like
All
these
the doors,
shorts and then
all the windows. Oh.
and then I did Juvia because I had a coat. I think my nan gave me a coat and it like looked like a Juvia coat. And my mom was obsessed with the German market and buying the hats there. I went, oh, that looks like Juvia's hat. So I did Juvia. Then I did Grey.
You've done a lot of cosplay from Fairy Tale.
Yeah, I did Grey because at the time when I was cosplaying Juvia, um I had I was dating a Grey at the time, but he was an asshole. So I was there like, I don't need that Grey. I don't need that Grey. I'll be Grey, but
Just the Thanos, like, fine, I'll do it myself.
yeah, pretty much. And like I had this like white shirt that I would wear to go to like school. It was like black bra and
Quality cosplay.
black jeans. And I remember I remember I did it on the Sunday because usually the Saturday I went con with my dad, and I was there like I'm doing it on the Sunday because I know if I did it on the Saturday he wouldn't let me. So I did it on the Sunday, and I wore this black bra, and I thought it would be fine. And I had a wardrobe malfunction, and as Grey, I was asked to strip. I went to go and take off the white
Uh,
shirt, and
here
my
we go.
testicles got exposed.
Hmm.
And
Oh, then that's one way to make an entrance.
somehow I made
Get
an
acquainted with
impression.
everyone.
Somehow I made an impression, and I got into a cosplay group of Fairy Tale
Somehow.
at the time. Somehow, and that's anyone that goes to Anime Society and knows me pretty well knows that I'm dating a guy called John, and he was in this cosplay group, and he cosplayed Loki. So I remember when we were talking in this group and like privately, and I
Yeah.
remember how we announced that when we were dating is obviously Grey. Loki doesn't really have a surname. I don't think it. I think we just hear Loki. So I remember we changed we changed John's nickname in the group because we had like it based off the characters. And I remember
Right.
his name we changed his name to Loki Fullbuster, and everyone in the group was there like, yes, oh my god. So
It's happened.
we basically created a yaoi ship of just Grey and Loki, and
Okay.
in the Tenro arc, when they're doing the trial for the S class to be an S class wizard, Gray
Right.
chooses Loki. So I was there like, what happens on Tenrose?
No one else needs to know about this.
and
Classified information.
then
Oh,
I
damn.
cosplayed Natsu a few times. I had
You need
planned.
to talk about your cosplay experiences at some point.
Yeah, we need to do like an
My
actual.
goodness, you've been through. Uh,
We'll do a con. We'll do like a Comic Con podcast. um,
just in memory of Comic Con.
it'll be me just like be there like trying to remember dates because they've just become one big blur.
Yeah, it's like I've done it once. There we go. Nice and simple.
And Brit's there like, I think I
Enough.
went to five last year.
So fairy tales basically just been there all the time.
Yeah. When eventually I kind of went off a bit of fairy tale, because don't get, don't get me wrong, it's a very enjoyable anime. Um, but I just found stuff that I cared about more. And
Right.
I remember I did Natsu for a bit. And what I loved is I had one guy at con. I was dressed as Natsu. I did like a femme Natsu, and this guy it says hi to me, then starts taking off his t-shirt, and I'm there like, wait, what's going on? And then I
He
realized,
knows.
he was showing me wanted to show me his arm. He had like luckily a vest underneath, but he wanted to show me his arm because he had like the
Oh.
fairy tale tattoo. And I was there like, oh, that's awesome. But
Oh,
my
that's cool.
face I was taking off was there like, what is happening?
You had like a mini panic attack. Like, oh no, it's been leaked.
I remember I was in another cosplay once, and I was so sad because I was talking to this grey that kind of done like a grey, but he's like Prince Charming. And
Right.
I was there
Oh
like,
wow. A
I was
combo.
there like, I do Juvia, and you have to do Grey when I'm not doing Juvia. And he gave me a flower, and then I remember I gave it to someone to look after when I was having a photo taken, and then I lost the flower, and I was so sad. I was
That
there
was
like,
your one chance.
my flower. Oh, also,
Man.
I remember the first actual anime film I saw in the cinema was
Yeah.
Fairy Tale Dragon Cry. Because it was being shown in Birmingham, and like I really wanted to go at the time. And I remember I went to my dad like, please, please, and he ended up letting me. He ended up taking me, which was nice. And I remember I went cosplaying as Lucy, and like I had a little girl that was
Oh,
also
that's
there
cool.
watching the film, and she was there like, and I was just there like, hello. I just
It's
waved like,
you.
hello. I had
Just idolizing you.
yeah. I
I want to be like her.
I was the only one that went in cosplay, but I didn't care.
I respect that.
I've done it
Let
before.
everyone know you're the true fan.
I did it before with. I remember I went to see Killing Joke, the animated film in cinema with my dad, and I think my dad went as the Joker and I went as Harley, but I know I went as Harley, but I forgot if my dad went in cosplay. But I remember I had quite a few photos taken then with people. Um,
Because, man, the only cosplay I've done is One Piece, which, I mean, One Piece is my life, pretty much.
I need to
Like,
actually watch
oh,
One Piece because
you do.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the king of shonen. Because that, how long is
100%.
how long has One Piece been out? Because like I think that's
23 years plus.
Jesus.
And it's only getting better.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. Because, like, I don't know, the way I got into One Piece was really weird. Like, it wasn't anything special. It was literally. Because at the time, I think the only, apart from those, like, slice of life we shall not name that I watch, like, I was just heavy into Dragon Ball. Like, Dragon Ball was everything at that point. And I didn't know anything about subs. Like this is all like me watching stuff in dub because
You watched
I
things
always
in
thought like this
dub?
is a cartoon. Still didn't know it was anime because I was like, oh, this is still all in cartoons, right?
I
This
was
isn't
just
anime.
I was just imagining like a small version of you just watching it and subbed. Like maybe
Oh
one day
no,
I'd watch it subbed.
because I had like a fight with it. Like I'll get to that, but so yeah, basically I was like in my school. Like I think I was one of the only people that was like about anime, and
Yeah.
like I wasn't very like shy about it. Like I just told everyone, screw that. And so one girl, she's like, "Oh, my brother watches this anime. You'd probably like it." I was like, "She's like, oh, what's it called?" And she's like, "It's called One Piece." And like I don't know anything about it, but like, hey, you might be into it. Who knows? So I was like, "Huh, One Piece. Okay." So at this point as well, like I didn't know anything about like streaming websites or Crunchyroll or anything. So the way I watched Dragon Ball was there was a site specifically where you could watch episodes of Dragon Ball and Pokemon. Like it had the entire Pokemon series, the entirety of Dragon Ball in dub. So I just used that site. So those are the only
Yeah.
two things I knew. So I just hopped onto YouTube and like, okay, One Piece episode 1 English. I watched like maybe 10 episodes of One Piece in English on YouTube, which is amazing that I even found that.
Actually
'Cause-
talking about it, I watched when I was talking about Tokyo Mew Mew, I actually found a YouTube channel that had uploaded all episodes because it only got dubbed to episode 25, and they had the Japanese episodes on YouTube as well. And like nowadays, that's really hard to
It's a
find.
rare find. But even back then, if you found, there'd always be like that one episode that wasn't there. You had to go and search somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
watching anime on YouTube is an experience. So yeah, I just kept going through it, and then in my recommended, I started getting like other One Piece videos, and they were all like it mentioned anime. I'm like, what the hell is anime? What is this? So I started like looking up more stuff, and I was like, this is Japanese. Wait, what? Like my life has been a lie. I thought this was all just American cartoons. And luckily it wasn't the like 4 kids version that I found. Like my god, I could talk for an hour about that.
It's like
But I
oh, when you buy a souvenir on the back, it says "Made in China." That experience.
exactly. That's exactly what it was like. But in the more like of way of like, oh, that makes it even better. Not like, oh, it's made in China. Well then, authenticity out of the window. But yeah, I found another website that was just One Piece, and I think for a good 4 months, like I was just watching One Piece non-stop. Like that's all I do. I just eat, sleep, watch One Piece, nothing else. My family was very concerned that I was just like stuck in bed watching stuff the whole day, but you know what? It's worth it.
Well, that's
Because One
life
Piece is a
now.
masterpiece everyone should enjoy at some point.
That's life now. Just watching everything online. Cause like
Pretty much.
for lectures, the only time I move is to make a cup of tea downstairs, and then I'm there like back into my bed.
I mean, that's life right now. But yeah, from that, I went in not knowing how many episodes there were of One Piece. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's just like run of the mill cartoon. There's like 100 or so episodes, and you can watch all of them, and it's all good. So I just kept going, and I got to 100. I was like, oh, there's more. And I got to 200. It's like, okay, this doesn't seem like it's ending anytime soon. So I finally checked how many there were, and I saw the number like 700. Well then, I'm stuck here. I want to know what happens, but God knows I'm not gonna get there anytime soon. So I bunkered down even more. I watched even more One Piece, and I got to about 400.
Yeah.
And this is like peak One Piece for everyone who has watched it, like around Impel Down, if you know what that is. And
No.
the next episode was just Japanese voices. And so switching from that like all English, I've never seen Japanese anime. It's just Japanese voice actors, and it sounds completely different. I'm freaking out. I'm like, wait, where's the English? Where'd it go? So I started searching, and it's like, no, One Piece has only been dubbed up to this episode. So I was just sitting there contemplating, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like the Japanese voices. They're really bad. But I don't know. It's just a very weird experience having seen anime dubbed your whole life and then switching over to subtitles where you're trying to read it as like a child. I don't know, reading subs for children I feel like is kind of hard. Like
I
there's not
find
enough concentration for that.
I find like sometimes my mom will walk in while I'm watching anime. They're like, "How do you understand this? There's subtitles. I don't want to read."
Right? But yeah, here we are with almost 1,000 episodes and almost 1,000 chapters. One Piece is amazing. Moral of the story. I will talk about it another day, but
You'll
please,
do
everyone, watch One Piece.
you'll do a One Piece podcast.
That
Just
needs to happen.
all One Piece. Because the
Well, it
only
has so much content. I'd say like if someone asked you what is the appeal of One Piece, it's like it's genuinely like the world that it's built. It's such it's so large. It's ever expanding. All these characters, you feel like they all do have their individual lives away from the main character. There are so many there's so many characters you could take and you could have a whole series just about them and it would be super interesting. So it's just a myriad of different characters you can explore, different factions, worlds. There's always something going on. Like, amazing, amazing stuff.
I was waiting for you to say like this is when you whip out like a massive long list of reasons why to watch One Piece.
I mean, I could do that if you want this to be 5 hours long. I'm ready.
Well, the only anime I've watched of like the big four is Bleach.
Big four.
Yeah, One Piece, Dragon Ball. Well, I think that's like Dragon Ball
Oh, okay,
and Dragon
okay.
Ball Z. Um,
Naruto, Bleach.
Bleach and Naruto, and I've only seen Bleach, and I've watched to like episode 100 and something. Somewhere I think in like season 6
Right.
or something. And Bleach is pretty good. Like I remember a lot of the time I would see like random volumes of it in the library, and sometimes I would just scroll through it. Because I don't know why the library would have like a random
It
volume
has
of volume
has volumes
19
of
of Bleach.
Bleach. That's interesting. A weird library. Oh wow. Okay, you saying that like reminded me of how I found like first time being Pokemon. In our primary school library, there are volumes of the Pokemon manga
Mm.
for some reason, and I think it was the entire series of like the Diamond and Pearl series of Pokemon. And I don't know. I just picked it up one day and got super invested in it, and I found the games and anime. So I'm just I don't know. You just mentioning that was just a wave of like, oh my god, this is how it happened.
With me knowing about Pokemon, I more knew about it from my younger cousin, because
All
this
right.
is the same cousin that would watch SpongeBob. Like she was
Oh,
she
she
was
really got you here.
she would I remember she really liked Pokemon and like Mario and Sonic, and she would be like drawing fan art of all the characters, and I think I saw her
Yeah.
like playing Pokemon Park. So that's when I first kind of heard about Pokemon, and I remember as a kid when I had my DS at the time. I remember my parents getting me the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, and that was like the first ever
Oh,
Pokemon game I played.
those games are great.
And I was so sad because like I've lost them now. And when I got my 2DS that I
Oh
bought
no.
like a year before I got my Switch, because I didn't get a 3DS when they came out, or 2DS, because I kind of just didn't want the 3DS because of me having to wear glasses. And I kind of just went on to the consoles. And I remember when I got my 2DS, I really wanted to find those games to play them again. And I couldn't. I really want to get Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the one that came out on Switch. And
The red and blue remake.
yes, but I know the ones that I was playing, I think they were like the Explorers of series because I remember me playing the most of Explorers of Darkness, I think it was. And then I think there's like
Mystery
Explorers.
Dungeon was great.
I got I think I got 3 of them, and I remember like we would choose there'll be a choice out of all of these like Pokemon starters, and I was just there like I think I played as Chikorita because I thought she was adorable. Because like I didn't know like because I didn't really know Pokemon until I actually got into anime. Because
that must have been a completely different experience. I imagine like 80% of people, it was either like Pokemon, Digimon, and that's it.
As I said, Mew Mew Power was the kind of one that actually got me into anime. So like, I didn't watch.
How was it like looking at Pokemon from like the outside?
I remember I watched Pokemon. Is it Indigo League? That's the first series that is on Netflix.
Indigo League.
I remember me watching that, and I thought, yeah, it's all right. I feel like if I was a kid,
because I don't think the Indigo League is as good as everyone remembers. I don't know.
The thing is, I didn't have much of an opinion on it. I didn't like absolutely love it, and I didn't hate it. I just was there like,
right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is still good.
And I played bits of Sun, and I am watching like now and again. I haven't got far with it, but I'm watching Pokemon Sun and Moon on Netflix as well, and I'm liking that more. But I think it's because I like the starters more. Because I really like Litten.
Litten, right?
And I really like Rowlet.
Yeah.
John likes Rowlet the most. I like Litten because it's a cat. I'm not gonna lie, I love cats.
You should watch the Diamond and Pearl series at some point. I think
I will.
Gen 4 period, I think, was the peak of Pokemon. I love that stuff. We need to write this down. We need to talk about this another day. Because we could go on for hours.
Yeah, definitely. This just turned into me
it.
talking about my lack of knowledge on Pokemon. Because I haven't really got into it until now, and I think the problem is now that I'm kind of a grown up, I think there's just things that I prefer, and I feel bad.
I feel no Pokemon. I feel if you haven't grown up with Pokemon, it's really hard to get into later. It's one of those, which is fair. But hey, that's what makes it so popular now. So many people have played it in some way, shape, or form before.
Have I told you what my second anime I watched was after taking Mew Mew?
No.
The thing that made me laugh is I remember I went from Tokyo Mew Mew and I was there like, okay, I finished like all the episodes on YouTube, and I went, what do I watch next? And then I remember I looked at things and like I remember Death Note was popular.
Ooh.
And I watched Death Note.
I only watched it recently.
It is one of the best anime out there. I haven't.
It's top 10 easy.
The problem is, it's not an anime that I can repeatedly watch, but it's one of the best ones out there because of the actual drama.
No, yeah. Exactly. Like half of the fun of like watching Death Note is like the mystery behind it. So like the first time watching it is great.
Because I remember during that time, I think I was going into my year of sixth form. And
Right.
I didn't go to the same school as I went for sixth form. I went to a completely new school, and I had made a friend there. And originally he wasn't a weeb. I turned him into a weeb. And I I remember we would talk about comics, and then I remember I was telling him about I was watching Death Note, and I
Yeah,
remember that's the anime we really bonded over because we would talk about it. Sometimes, like,
man.
while I was like trying to concentrate on my work, sometimes he would play the Owl theme while I was doing.
I mean, it only helps you concentrate, right?
Yeah,
There's a reason. He absolutely had that theme behind him the whole time.
because the problem is those are the two like I can remember watching at this me starting anime because I don't know what I watched after that because I know I watched Attack on Titan that year, but I had
Yeah.
everyone talking to me about it, and I'm one of those people that don't listen to people. I'm now like, I'm gonna watch this instead. And like, I
Very
remember it
stubborn.
took me a while to actually watch it. And Attack on Titan, I remember I made a few friends from that because I remember for one con I went around in a group with some Attack on Titan people, and I remember I did Levi, but I didn't
Oh yeah,
Levi.
you have the jacket.
I didn't Levi in a maid outfit. So I had this Levi, I
Oh then.
had this Levi wig and the jacket, and then there was me in this maid outfit.
Because I've seen you in the jacket and the wig. I haven't seen the. I just wasn't expecting that.
Because I've only done it for one con. I've only ever done it for one
Oh my
con.
god.
Because the first anime cosplay
Point
I
that out
did
more.
was Ciel in Wonderland. Because I remember back then I was like big on Black Butler, which I still think people should watch.
Oh.
Don't watch season two. Just pretend that never happened. Just watch season one and season three.
Okay.
Because season two
It'd
is
be like
filler, and A1 doesn't do well with filler. Because Black Butler
oh,
2.
A1.
Do I need to mention the fairy tale filler? Because that nearly made me drop fairy tale. Because I remembered
I mean,
the only thing that kept me watching fairy tale for the what's it called the key to the starry heavens, and what makes me upset is apparently the writer helped with that filler arc, and I was there like, no, no. But the only thing that kept me going
where
is
do we go from there? Why is there so many things?
I remember the only thing that kept me going is my husbando Leone was in one of the episodes, and I just kept trying to watch that episode and continue from that episode, and eventually one day I did.
My god. Whenever you mention A1, I'm just like, how could you do Seven Deadly Sins so dirty? Like toss them to the side like that?
Have I showed you the video that's like Persona 5 A1 opening, and it just shows how
Yes.
crappy the
Yes.
animation. Because like people that haven't played the game, they're like, "Oh, you hate on the Persona 5 anime? Like, who are you?" And they're like, and then I'm there like, "You have obviously not played because the
Oh
animation."
no, I don't think it's very common knowledge around like outside people that there's anime of Persona.
Because this is so bad. Because like I feel like a lot of it is like rushed, especially near the end. That's where you see it the most, and they went with the bad ending. And the problem is, during at that time, I had a big hate for Akechi because I just at the time I thought he was a very not written well character,
Right.
and Persona 5 Royal done some things to to put me in. He is at an okay at the moment. In if we're tiering, he's okay at the moment because there's a character that I don't like more in Persona 5 Royal, but that's spoilers. But like,
Yeah,
and I
no, please.
remember the bad ending in the game is Akechi basically kills you, and that's where they left the series.
Oh,
And I remember, like, the thing is,
okay.
I had I never drop a series. I've only ever dropped one series, and I kept going because like it's Persona, and I love Persona. And then I remember that was the ending, and I just wanted to throw my laptop. I didn't, but I wanted to
It's one of
because I
those
was
kind of
there like
shows.
I was there like why? And then they tried to do a movie of um what happens after when you choose the right option, and I'm there like no.
It's one of those things like you need to bring back that old like table flip meme.
That's what I was
It's like
thinking
fuck
when
this,
I
I'm out.
yeah, that was what I was thinking when I was there. Like I wanted to throw my laptop. It was not fun. Oh,
Oh my god.
because that and Black Butler too, because it's completely filler. Because what I love is my mate. Because from season 2, there's a character called Aloise, and it's kind of like this little brat that is kind of like the antagonist of season 2, and my mate loves Eloise, but even she admits that season 2 is trash, and I was like hand clapping, um, because it just doesn't sit with the manga. And then when you watch season 30, what is manga, you realize how bad season 2 was.
That's one of the most disappointing things ever. Like when the first few seasons are good and then it just slowly gets worse.
Mm.
And it's like, no, I want to love this series. Please don't do this.
Can I ask, has there ever been an anime that you've watched and you're there like, this needs a season 2 and it's just never happened? Because I have one. I have a few, maybe.
Yes, but like it's more so it needs a season 3, and that's Magi. But it's the most heartbreaking thing ever because the first 2 seasons of Magi are great. I
Mm.
love Magi. And when was that? I think I want to say like 2014, 15, around that time. And they just haven't, like, the manga's finished, I'm pretty sure. And they're just never gonna adapt to it. People have kept asking for years. The studios have nothing. No one's interested in doing it. And it's like, no, and you read the manga and it's like, oh my god, I want this to be animated so badly. They left it on such a big cliffhanger as well. But I will say they did give us the Sinbad episodes on Netflix. So all is forgiven for now.
Um, for me,
But yeah, I would say Magi 100% needs another season.
there's two. The first one is Arahara X Machine Gun, which is, I want to say it's my favorite anime, but I prefer
Heard
the
a lot
manga.
about that.
Now, I will never shut up about this manga because I had finished Auron, because I remember, I think
Oran's great.
was it, I think this was during sixth form as well. I went I used to go to Pauline Clerk Academy, and then I went to another drama school, and there was a girl that
Yeah.
was younger than me that liked anime, and I remember I, she showed me Auron, or I rented a DVD of her, which was Auron, and I remember Auron is like the best reverse harem, and I think no one will
It's the,
disagree.
I mean, the fact that it's the only reverse harem I've watched fully, like, yeah, pretty good.
And if people try to come for me saying that the Auron dub is terrible, you can get lost.
The dub is great.
The dub is fantastic, and the thing is, anything that's comedy related, I prefer watching it dubbed, because I tried to watch Psyche K subbed, and like I would try and get one joke, and by the time I understand the joke, like 8 jokes have already been have already happened. And
Just the time you need to process it.
remember that the Oron dub. I just remember I laughed so much, and it's just, oh, the cast.
It's a great time just to like sit down, just watch it, and do nothing. It's great.
The casting is just so.
Honey's voice, I think, was my favorite in the dub because it's just perfect.
Really? I'm actually shocked you've said that.
Why?
I don't know. It's just I wouldn't think you would say that.
I don't know. It's just like whenever someone mentions Oran, that's like the first thing that gets in my head is Honey's voice, like annoying everyone else. That's just what I remember the most clearly.
I'll let you
I
hold
don't know why that is.
Alyssa-chan.
Yeah,
I've just realised
literally the first thing that appears in my head.
I've only ever done 2 cosplays from Auron. And it's Honey and the con that you went to, and
Oh my god,
I
that was
think I
great.
talked to you for like only a little bit, and I did Nekazawa Senpai.
Yeah, you just kept sending pictures of the cat. I'm like,
I remember I had one girl stop me. She was there like Nekazawa Senpai, and I was there like, oh my god, someone recognizes me. Because I remember when I used to go cons around like 2015 to about 2017. I remember Auron was massive, and I would see like a lot of people cosplaying Auron, but I think it's died down now. Because I don't think I see anyone doing Auron anymore.
well, I don't really hear people talking about it either, like that often.
Mm.
Like the hype just kind of died down after the release.
But
no, definitely a great show.
it's a classic at this point. It's just so good. I remember I was coming off the hype of that, and I remember I think I watched one of Misty's Connexia's videos, and it was like called Doppelganger, and it was like this was kind of like a video that was there like, oh, if you like this mainstream anime, here are some that you might want to watch to get to also watch, because you probably haven't had your fill, and one of them was Eraharic's Machine Gun. And oh, I've been obsessed with it, and it's one of the animes that I will never forget, because you have your girl like Haruhi, except this one's called Tachibana, and she's blonde, and she wears male clothing, but she's a girl. And I remember one of her friends says that this host scammed her out of loads of money, but really she got rejected by a host and spent all her money eating her feelings. And
Oh damn!
and Tachibana goes to this
That's
host.
so real.
Tachibana goes to this host club, and there is that like, who's this host that served this girl? And like threatens this host, and then it turns into them like playing airsoft with like a gun battle with airsoft guns. And you know when Harry he breaks the vase in the show,
Yes.
he basically wrecks the host club room, and how she pays the debt, instead of working at the host club, she has to be in this airsoft team. And
That's a pretty like equivalent exchange.
at first she's just doing it to like pay off her debt, but then she actually is enjoying it. And the problem is that they think she is a guy, and she wants to keep telling them, but on the airsoft team they only
This
have guys.
sounds too similar to Oren. This sounds too similar.
It's like Auron but with guns.
Don't say that on the box. It's like Oren with guns.
When I do a review of Abraham Machine Gun, that's the title.
It's Oren High School, but with guns.
And like you get
Oh,
to
kids.
you get to meet the different team members. Yukimura being my favorite, and I remember when I went into bot spam, Yukimura was taken by somebody. It was Zaki, and I remember going to Zaki like, please, 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 let me have Yukimura, please, because you have Masune, who is like the host, and he's just charming
Are
and
there twins? If there are twins, it's gone too far.
there actually is, but in the manga,
Oh my
it's
god.
not in the show. It's the
Okay,
show.
which one of them came first? Which one of them came out first? Tell me now.
Oh
It's like the
god,
Sonic the Hedgehog ripping off Dragon Ball.
I can't remember his name, but the one that's on the enemy team, because there's twins, but one's on the enemy team and one's on the pro tag team. I think the one on the enemy team came out first.
Right.
You've got Yukimura, which is the pervert, who is my favorite character, who is a hentai
Of
manga
course.
artist. And what the thing is,
Of course
get
he is.
people to watch up to episode 3 just for this joke, because Yukimura is waiting outside the school, and obviously he still thinks Tachibana is a guy at this point, and he just runs up to Tachibana, and he's a hentai manga artist, and he just runs up in the dub, and it kills me every time. He just runs up and goes, Tachibana, I got you a porno.
What?
I've said to Zaki
I'm
that
gonna
I
make
wanted to film
friends.
to
Or is
see
it?
episode 3 just for that moment, and I
Oh
just
my
cry with laughter.
god.
um,
Oh.
he
See,
is
this is why we can't show things like this to all the freshers coming in next week. You gotta be very selective. You can't show them this day one, or they're just gonna be out.
and then and originally the anime is just that team, and then you have the enemy team. You have Midori, who is my boy. Oh,
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Midoriya.
no,
Gonna
not
shout.
Midoriya.
Gonna scream.
It's like Midori or Mitori. I think his first name's Mitori. He is my
Okay.
favorite, and of course he wears a white like uniform. So, and he's a doctor. Then he's like this nice guy, but he's really like this horrible person, and I love him. And then you have this
He's this
white,
horrible person. I love it.
and then you have this he is like so adorable, and you have this like white to really tall person, and he's like a little animal. He's so adorable because he just wants to make Mitri happy, and then you have this girl that no one cares about. But yeah,
Okay then.
now getting on to the manga.
Skipping details.
We're going on to the manga. The reason why I say it's the best manga is the anime only adapts to volume 4. The manga has 18 volumes.
Oh wow, that's. Oh, so you're probably just wishing for the rest.
I am wishing for the rest because in the anime, because of how little it got adapted, because I think they made so much thinking there was going to be a season 2, and I don't think it got as enough viewership. So I think that
Do you
never
think they're
came.
ever gonna do it?
I hope so. If they do it, I'll be like over the moon. Because the manga gets so good, because you start to because I said about the rule where it can only be guys. There's actually history behind that because they used to have a girl on the team, and basically in the actual tournaments that you can enter, the actual like big tournaments, you're allowed to. Usually, you're not allowed combat, but in these ones, you are. And like, this girl kind of gets beaten up, and there's another teammate who used to play, and the other teammates believe that's because he loved it so much, and then he went to this tournament, and it kind of killed his passion. And he gets introduced back into it, and it's great. And then they become that team, and then you get his brother.
This animated now.
And then his brother goes back to the other enemy team because it's there like, my brother's playing, so let's go. And in the
Man.
manga, you actually get her actually, because he's trying to tell him that she's a girl, but she don't want to tell him and just get kicked off the team. So it's quite hard. And in the
Right.
manga, that actually happens, and it's absolutely funny. Because I remember at the end of some training, they go to a bathhouse, and they still think she's a guy, except the new member that joins knows she's a girl, so he's helping her. And obviously the guy that's my favorite, that's on the enemy team, knows that she's a girl as well, because
Everyone's in on this.
he's just there like, you're a girl, and he's there, and she's there like, oh fuck. And it's not the two
Here
guys
we
on
go.
a team. And what makes me laugh is my favorite ship moment happens, because they're in the bathhouse, and her towel, someone takes her towel, so she needs to get out. And
Yeah.
like, Midori goes, oh, I won't give you a towel unless you kiss me, and then they kiss, and I was so happy. I was there like, shit.
This is what the fans need.
And then she talks to her other teammate and goes, I need to tell them. And what makes me laugh is she's trying to tell them, and then they're like, oh, this joke again. And she's there like, no, I'm actually a girl. And like, gets Masuni to touch her breast. And what makes me laugh?
Oh yeah, that's the first thing you do for proof, of course.
What makes me laugh is Midori from the other team went, yeah, she's a girl.
Like the Goku school of gender checks.
What
God,
makes me laugh
Goku.
is Yukimura's just there like, everyone's touched her boobs but me. This isn't fair.
Yeah, that moment when you're left out of the group in group activities. Yeah, that's what it's like.
So for the rest of the manga, he's trying to.
Well, I see why you want this animated, but you know what? Magi and Machine Gun, make it happen if you're listening. Make it happen, please.
Make it happen, because the actual battles that are in the manga, in the actual tournament, which I've read up to, because I watched the anime and I would always go back and kind of watch it, but the thing is, I never got the manga until I started this year, because I've talked to people about how usually I save up my money and buy my manga at Nostalgia and Birmingham, because all the manga's 3 for 2. And I wanted to save up so I could buy them all in there, but that just never happened. Shout out to Nostalgia, I love you. You're a great store.
This is just where we tell everyone, okay, make this happen, please, if the deities are listening.
And I actually sat down during lockdown and just read it all, and I was there like, why didn't I read this before? And then the other one is Devil is a Part-Timer.
Oh yeah, you brought that up a lot.
Devil is a Part-Timer is basically the devil working at McDonald's. Chaos ensues. I
mean, that's just life.
One of my favorite episodes is basically from what I remember, there was like this door salesman, and the weird thing is there's Satan, but there's another character also called Lucifer, and I'm there like, Nanny?
They're not the same?
No, they're not the same. They're two different characters.
Someone's wrong. I don't know who it is.
And I remember he bought all this stuff offline, and they just come back, and he's there like, I got can't.
My God.